Yo, what up, what up, what up? This your boy X, one half of the dynamic team for the On The Mat show. What we doing this year, what we rolling out, man, is we rolling out a new program, new phase that we're dabbling into, man. We want you guys more connected with the show, man. We want to get y'all in, and we're inviting y'all. I always say on air that this is y'all show. This is truly you guys' show. Everything we do it. We try to tailor to what the community wants, what we feel like people actually want to talk about. So where I'm coming with this is for all the people that live stream us and that stream us live out on www.wovu.org, and everybody that tune in to us on the radio live every Thursday from 6 to 7, we want to give y'all more of us. And so the best way to do that is we figured out, hey, we gonna pump the On The Mat show through all the media streams. So we got a YouTube page, On The Mat show. Make sure y'all check that out. We got a fan page on Facebook. All you gotta do is click in the search, put in the cap letters On The Mat Debate Show, and you'll like our fan page, and you'll be able to catch up with us when we're going live. Because a lot of times the radio, the station might be closed today, or something might come up and we might get moved around. So that way you'll be able to keep up with us. We want to keep you guys as engaged as possible. I even opened up an IG page to where we're showing little bitty clips of what happened during the show. How you guys can follow that? It's simple. It's _On The Mat show 216 _. Once again, on IG, you can hit us up at _On The Mat show 216 _. And that's how you can keep up with us on the IG page, man. And so basically what we'll be doing is after every show, I'm going to come up with a video. Randy's going to come up with a video on his point. Because in radio, a lot of times they give you an hour, but it's not really an hour. It's really like 40 minutes, man. And so because it's your show and because we try to write this thing and we try to give y'all something good to listen to, trying to memorize all of this and put it into 40 minutes, it really don't have the time, man. And so one of the main debate that we had yesterday live on air was, should college students get paid? Should they get paid for their athletics? Should college athletics get paid? Randy was on the side of no, because it'll be too much corruption. I was on the side of yeah, they should pay these kids because of what they're going through. And then the simple fact that they might not even make it pro. So here you have a company or organization in a school who, I just took Ohio State, for example. They grossed $167 million in merchandise. Merchandise is in sales. Okay, so sports is a form of entertainment. That's just a form of entertainment. These players are the entertainment. They're what you're tuning into to watch, whether you like football, basketball, soccer, hockey, shot put, track, swimming, whatever it is you like, gymnastics, hidden flips, whatever it is you like, cricket, dart throwing, whatever it is you prefer, watching sports is a form of entertainment. And so you pay money to see it. You pay to take your dates out to see it. All of that. And so what these colleges have done is they're basically legally pimping these kids out there. And a lot of people say, well, they are getting paid. They're getting scholarships. They're getting this, they're getting that. They're getting full rides. Actually, no, they're not. I broke down the numbers, guys. It's not true. These scholarships are a year-to-year basis. So they're not getting full ride scholarships. Every year, you essentially got to earn your scholarship. And guess what? The coach, he's the one that decides if you should get that scholarship. So if you come in and you're behind 2 recruits from 3 years ago, and say you and the coach are not on the same page, he could take away your scholarship. Take away your scholarship to go. If you get hurt, if you get into a career-ending injury, the school can either decide, that school can take away your scholarship. So it's not guaranteed, man. That scholarship, it ain't really what you is. You know what's guaranteed to me? Guaranteed to me is them greenbacks. because I know I'm getting that. That's what helps me. That's what's helping society. So I did the numbers, man. Ohio State, and I just did Ohio State because I'm passionate about the school. I love the school. Their total revenues is $7.5 billion as of 2019. Okay. I gave you the merchandising number. I'm gonna give you the merchandise number again. 167.2 million. They're paying Urban Meyer. They were paying Urban Meyer until he retired $6.4 million a season. So they were paying him top 5 coaching money. And this is just in football. So what I did was, okay, Xavier, what's your big plan? Like, if you were gonna pay him, how would you pay these players? It's not foolproof, but here's an idea. It's a suggestion. Let's get the ball rolling. I got a plan. Why don't we, because we got bowl games, we got sponsors, we got NCAA. The NCAA brings in $1 billion off that March Madness tournament, advertising, sales, the whole tournament, all that shebang. Let's take that, all that money, put it into the prize pools, because we're separated by conferences anyway. So every college in Division I, they're separated, and they're in an individual college except for the 3 independent teams, and that's Army, Navy, and Notre Dame. So since every college is slotted into a conference, and every conference, like the Big Ten, the Pac-10, the MAC, the Horizon League, all of those conferences, SEC, ACC, Pac-12, all of those conferences, they got their own TV money. Each team that go to a bowl game, those conferences get a percentage. The school gets a number too, but they get a percentage of that. All that stuff get wrapped up into the conferences, and those conferences dole out that money to each college to help them all build. So it's all a team effort when it comes to those conferences. So this is my plan. Let's take all the money that these conferences get from bowl games, and all I did was I took men's basketball, women's basketball, and football. Ohio State alone has 30 different sports. So whatever tournaments or not necessarily games, but just whatever special tournaments, like wrestling, they have the NCAA tournament. Whatever money that generates, whatever player that gets there from school or the school gets there, just put that towards the conference money. Just put that towards the bag that go into the big conference thing. All the individual home games and stuff like that, that goes to the school. All that extra where the school pays another school to come here, that goes straight to the school. I'm talking about just postseason money and revenue. Put that into each conferences, right? Those conferences like the Big Ten, they'll shell it out. Last year, the Big Ten gave Ohio State, Michigan, and all Iowa, all those colleges, $62 million. So that meant if Iowa and Purdue and Minnesota, they all went bowl eligible, they went to a bowl and got paid for going to that bowl, that money that came in went to the Big Ten. It just everybody ate from that pot. Cool. So $62 million went to Ohio State. Take that $62 million. This is my plan. Take that $62 million. The school gets 75% of that. We're going to get the players 25% of that $62 million. I'm going to give you the numbers on it. The numbers came out to be $49.5 million will go to the school. $15.5 million will go to the players. Further breaking that down, Ohio State currently has 1,038 student athletes for the roster for all 30 sports. Remember, I didn't take all 30. I just took 4 sports. I took that and I did the math. That gave the players 15.5. I divided that by the 1,038 players so everybody could get paid evenly. Nobody's getting more than anybody. The third string lineman is going to get paid just as much as the starting quarterback. So there's no other agendas into it. Everybody's going to get the same amount. That broke down to be $14,932.56. Give it to the kids just like that in one little bonus check, and it will help these kids pay for things like extra books, a car, paying their rent, sending their mom or their family back home who need. A lot of these players come from disturbed homes, from broken areas, man, where their families is giving their last couple of dollars just to make sure their child eats. Yes, they get stipends and stuff like that, but it's not enough. It's $2,000, it's $1,600. Like, all this stuff is regulated. And there were even cases where a coach got an NCAA sanctioned a coach because he personally sent the kid home for a funeral. This would pay for stuff like that. And so for everybody thinking that, oh, that's a lot of money and it's changed, these players, it ain't gonna be the competition level is gonna be weak. First of all, $14,000 is not a lot of money. If you break it down, these players don't have a lot of time to get a job. They don't have a time to go get a full-time or a part-time job. $14,000 is a nice amount for a part-time job. So basically, you're giving them a part-time job, and when you break that down over a 12-month span, you're only giving them $1,244, which is only $311 a week. And if you break it down in a 40-hour week, which these kids do because they're doing 30 hours for their schooling, and then they have to do a mandated extra 20, and I put 20 hours for their practice of their sport. I put the quotation marks because coaches have found a loophole in that by calling things volunteer meetings and volunteer practices, but they're writing their names down on taking attendance to see who comes. So for me, if I'm a third string running back, fourth string running back, and I'm a freshman, I just got there, and I'm not going to all these volunteer meetings to make myself better, my scholarship is only year to year. Let's remember that. So I gotta go to that. Let's just be honest. I gotta be at those meetings. And so we break that down in a 40-hour work week. I'm just gonna say they spending 40 hours. They only making $7.77. Like, that's 78 cents short of Ohio's $8.55 minimum wage that just went up on the 1st of this year. Make sure y'all keep that in mind too. Minimum wage did go up, y'all. So my thing is, get these players just $14,000. It'll help. And so for those that say it's going to water it down, that it's not going to be that competition, that all the good players are going to go to Ohio State, no, it ain't. It's going to make the smaller schools more competitive. Now, because you go to a smaller school like a MAC school who don't have 30 sports, who don't have 1,038 kids, maybe they only got 900 kids. Well, whatever percentage that they got, they're going to end up making more. Like, if you go to a smaller school in the Big Ten and you in that school, like an Iowa or something, or let's say Syracuse, and they didn't have 30 sports, they only had 900 players, right? Well, that $62 million that they got, their checks are going to be bigger than the one that the kids that got that Ohio State. So actually, those bigger, more dominant schools, kids are going to think like, man, I can get paid more if I'm playing for the smaller school. Let me go here. You still only give out the same amount of scholarships. You still only give out the same amount of, you still only allow the same amount of players. It's going to make these top recruits start thinking like, all right, well, I'll go to Purdue now instead of being the fourth string running back at Ohio State who probably ain't gonna never play. I'll go to Purdue and start, and I'll get paid more. And it'll actually make the conferences and make college football more competitive, because guess what? Everybody wants to go to a bowl game now, because the more bowls and tournaments that you go to, the better you do in these tournaments. All that money come back to the conference, and the conference is giving you guys, all that money's coming back to the school. And when the school take their 75% and they give the 25% to y'all, it's all more money. So it's actually gonna push the competitiveness. It's not gonna take it away at all. It's actually gonna push these kids and these smaller schools. So you're gonna see more schools like the Kent and the Akron and the Cleveland States. It's actually gonna force a school like Cleveland State to maybe invest into a football team, and give them the money to be able to invest into a football team, because now that you're paying the players, you know, you got more room. It will allow for more for these schools, because they're non-profit, to write stuff off. So the schools are never going to really lose money. And another thing with these scholarships that everybody talk about, man, if a player gets hurt, it's on me, the parent, to have insurance. That sucks. Like, they need to fix these things. So when you say you don't want to pay these players, I think my system, it ain't the best system, but it is a start. And I think that we should really get the ball rolling on it, man. That was my take on it. That's how I felt. You guys let me know in the comments. Hit me up. Once again, guys, I want you to remember, On the Mat goes live at 95.9 WOVU, www.wovu.org, live Thursday from 6 to 7. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you call in. 216-271-0959. And just get in on the debate. This debate, should college kids get paid? I say they should pay them damn kids. Over, out. This been your boy X. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out.